It's literally everywhere here. It's just a commercial and a bus stop right across the way from CIBC Tower. Rah, rah, rah for the oceans. Get it?
Your old octopus friend everywhere, all encompassing.
Yeah. This is Sun Life's very interesting logo. Represents the claws, you know, that hold the earth and ransom, I guess. After all, this is an insurance company. The three claws, the Holy Trinity. Almost looks like cogs for the rays of the sun. Very interesting. Any thoughts on that, Justin?
To me, I mean, the sun, and it seems like it's forged with the earth as well, representing, I guess, two different polarized elements in one.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think it does. I think it predominantly is just like, as you can see on another one, the Royal Bank of Canada.
Yeah, that's very similar to the Royal Bank.
It has the lion's claws. The lion's paw is over the top of the globe, signifying that they have control of it, or at least they think they do.
Yeah, and
so
they got the whole world in their hands.
Yeah,
they got the whole wide world.
Yeah,
in their claws.
That right there is Queen Victoria. I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's Queen Victoria.
Yeah, she's the queen of the world here in the Commonwealth of Canada.
She is absolutely everywhere, and everything that she liked there's a street named after it. Everything in Ontario and Quebec especially is just littered with Queen Victoria.
And she's on top of the four pillars, standing on the vault of the sky with her lions, I guess.
Yeah, it's four lions going around on each corner.
You know, Britain, they always have their lions.
Yeah, the display of predominance, and what they wanted to do in Montreal here was, well, like assimilate to the culture, but they also placed so many buildings that were predominantly British, so they let you know who was boss.
Yeah,
and that's our British monarchy. Yeah, maybe there's worse out there, more brutal, but they certainly like to, show off.
Yeah, well, that was up until Bill 101 in 1972. And since then, the English in Montreal have become kind of a dying breed.
Yeah, I can feel it living here.
Yeah, this park is, make no mistake, extremely British. And then off to the left of Queen Victoria, Isis, the Queen of Heaven, is the Vatican. Well, it's actually called Mary, Queen of the World, because they worship Mary more than any other deity. So, very fitting.
Should we go in?
Yeah. That always reminded me of a big grandfather clock with the pendulum swinging in the middle there. Father time. I don't know if that's what it's supposed to mean, but our fabulous rip-off cable service known as Videotron, which is represented by a yellow cube with a black vector in the middle.
One thing I noticed the most about Montreal is that, you have this predominant, we're not English North America, which I completely, I can understand some sentiments, at least see where they're coming from. But the way it's just packaged just like how we get in Canada, English Canada, how we say we're not American. Well, it's the same kind of thing here. Underneath all the, we are Quebecois, is all the same symbols that were packaged up and sold.
Yeah, the same ones you'll find in Washington, D.C. or Philadelphia or most other big cities that you go to.
Yeah.
All over the world.
Different flavors.
Yeah. All refer to this as the Vatican of Montreal. This is the Archdiocese of Montreal. This is the closest cathedral you'll get to the Vatican in Rome. And this is basically why the Quebecor pyramid building was built directly behind it. Because when you're in this position here exactly, it becomes the Eye of Ra. You know what I mean? Ra, Ra, Ra. Jesus, the cross, X marks the spot, Ra. You say we take a little tour of Mary, Queen of the World, Isis.
Queen of the World.
When you enter the building there, no accident that it's the seal of Saturn all over the doors. Jesuit-built building, built by the Masons, of course. All these occult buildings are built, designed by the Freemasons. Montreal is an incredibly Freemasonic city, just like we said earlier, just like the rest of it. Hey, did you count the statues at the top?
I'm counting 13. Of course it's 13.
Everything about the Queen of the World is 13. And speaking of the Queen of the World, you got her flanked by Queen Elizabeth over here. Where is it? Yeah, Queen Elizabeth there. Queen Elizabeth Hotel. That's where John Lennon came to do his that protest there, that lie around in bed all day protest. And then, of course, the British and their Lions Gates, and then, of course, the Sun Life Building.
It's all an interesting place here.
And of course, when you get to the gateway and you turn around, you got the Place Ville Marie. Which, from the sky, it's a big axe, and it's also a big lighthouse, because there's a big spotlight that has 4 spotlights that spin around in an X formation, and it's a lighthouse, and it's Place Ville Marie, Place Ville Isis, and it's right kitty-cornered from Vatican Central in Montreal, the Archdiocese. Yeah, as I was looking up at this cornice here, Justin spotted the St. Patrick hanging his shamrock over the sky. St. Patrick's really big here. He's just another replacement for Osiris, the green god. Pretty cynical, eh? I have to keep my cynicism down to a whisper here, just for respect. But we're inside the belly of the beast. Big whale. I guess these guys on the 4 corners of the sky, like this represents the sky, the dome of the sky, the tit in the sky, and on the 4 corners. I think these are the 4 apostles: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. Pretty sure of it. Those are the 4 pillars of wisdom which hold up the vault of the sky.
Has keys on each side.
What?
Each of them you'll see crossed keys.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's the mark of the Vatican.
And you'll see the keys over here.
They own this place. They built this place. And here we have the same motif here with the 4 pillars holding up the sky, spiral pillars representing time, the churning of the Milky Way, up to the vault of the sky where the angels sit atop, where Gabriel's there up there with his keys to heaven on Judgment Day, you know, at the end of the long tunnel. We're made to choose between dark and light. That looks like the Pope's crown. The beehive crown.
There's an 8-sided star in the very center too.
Yeah, there you go. At the top of the sky, the vault of heaven, right? You have the Swiss cross, or the Iron Cross, the Templar cross. Very Freemasonic looking with the rays coming out of the phoenix. Very Christian. This is exactly what Jesus prescribed. He told us to worship graven images. Yeah, the sun riseth with 11 rays coming out of it. Rah, rah, rah. JHS in the middle to tell you who's the boss. That's Lucifer by day. Mary by night, when the sun goes down in the east. There's Joseph with his Saturn crown on, and he's got his fingers in that I want to eat your heart position. I need your heart. It's a symbol of ripping out the heart of the breastbone with a sharp obsidian blade.
There's the robe that's going over the left hand as well, or the left wrist.
Oh yeah, that's
like the
hidden hand.
Yeah.
Huh. Damn right. Yeah, there he is, Napoleon Joseph Bonaparte. Oh, there we have our great Monsignor Francis, Pope Francis. He's our new hero now. He's going to usher in the new age. I think he named himself Francis after Francis Bacon.
I didn't even notice that.
Okay.
3 times.
And of course, at the nipple of the sky, we have the Masonic very familiar sun sign they have. Some refer to that as a tetragrammaton.
This is the IX.
So over here you have the X formed by the keys with the beehive on top of it, the beehive hat of the Pope. And then on this side, of course, because they run everything in Montreal, the suppletions. And here's their Ave Maria symbol, otherwise known as the IXXI, with the crown at the top. That's a female crown. And you get the rings right around it, you see.
Notice you have a pyramid.
Yeah, I don't know if that's...
And you have white, there's blue, and then there's your brass.
There's what?
Your white, your blue, and your brass, especially the turquoise or cobalt blue, and it represents the colors of Isis, where it got adopted as Mary in Catholicism in Jesuit society.
Really? Yeah, blue is the color Our Lady of the Sea.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a lot of their Madonna motif comes from. And there she is in all her splendor and glory. Over here you got these painting of the Jesuits embarking on the ships to flood the New World with their Vatican filth. And history records subsequently that they were very successful. Came over and burnt all the Indians, shoved their religion down their throat, or they burned them in the fire.
And you can see up in each pillar that each cup is overflowing.
Yeah, it's really good to have two people here, so we can have see our own things. Right?
It's pretty amazing. It's actually really cool.
Yeah, the cup of filth. This is a much more new age version of her, no doubt. Crescent moon, eh? ISIS is on the rise, as we see in the Middle East today. Syria, Iraq. Another nobleman from the old world, a magician, a warlock. That's another familiar symbol, the cross on top of the ball. I think it represents the Axis Mundi. The cross being a big mountain at the North Pole of the Earth. Yeah, very interesting. Here you got the double cross sword on one side with what looks to be the cane of Osiris on the other, albeit a little bit more shiny, and then I don't know what the hell is holding the tassels. There's like 4 tassels coming out of each side, and they're being held up by some kind of, I wouldn't be surprised if that was supposed to symbolize a jellyfish, because they really worship those things, but I do know that parabula, or whatever that is purple. I don't really know what that stands for. Oh, there it is on the big island. And that's Montreal, right? Montreal is symbolized by a cross, a cube cross on top of a mountain. Symbolize their dominion over us. Make no mistake, brothers and sisters, they still have just as much control as they ever did. Yeah, here they have the crypt for this bishop, Bourget. I think he is 1779, 1885. I don't know if that's a sarcophagus that he's in there, or it was just a rendition of his actual tomb. See, it's got 2 guardians on each side, the 2 pillars as always, with their Osiris canes. Very interesting. first thing you know, Jed's a millionaire. The kin folks said, Jed, away from there. Said, California is the place you ought to be. So they beamed up the truck and they moved to Beverly. Is that like feeding the hearts of all? Or God, I don't think Jesus would approve. And now you know who's really in charge here. It's none of the Templar cross.
In each window.
The Maid of Malta. Yeah, it can't be easy. Being the Archdiocese parked right in the middle of Sin City, across the street from the cigarette pyramid. Yeah. That's about it for our little excursion. I didn't really know we were going to go into this church, but it was just too tempting. Yeah, so Justin, you have anything you want to say to your folks, or?
Yeah, absolutely. Sorry I haven't been making videos lately, but I will be making videos soon. I've been pretty busy in this city because there's lots to do and there's lots to learn, but I'll be reporting on a lot of stuff coming soon. So other than that, thank you so much, and there's a lot to see in this city, so I think we're going to be making more videos like this if you like it.
Oh, they like it.
Anything else?
They like it enough, for sure.
Take care, guys.
Rah, rah, rah.
Or Lord Rat's G.